Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So I do have my thoughts. I have my thoughts on the Urban Decay Naked Quickie 24-hour wear multi-use concealer, okay? I have two shades of it, and let's talk about it. So this concealer, I jumped on it because we love a new concealer. This retails for $28. I got mine at Ulta. Part of this Naked line. Urban Decay can, like, everything don't have to have Naked in it, because I'm gonna tell you something. The coverage that the Naked products have are the opposite of Naked. So, like, why would you call it Naked? Now I'm about to get it. Stay Naked Quickie. Don't know what that means. It's a sexual reference, but okay, so if you stay naked, but usually you're not naked during a Quickie. That don't make sense. But then it says full coverage. No, it says, doesn't say full coverage. Up to 24-hour wear multi-use concealer. I mean, you can wear it during your Quickie. But let's get into the concealer. $28. I have two shades here. Both of them are highlighting shades. I don't have a skin tone shade. But we'll talk about that, because I think I want one for spot conceal, you know, under a powder foundation. I have 50W0. So the W is warm, the O is orange. I said 50W0, 50WO. And then 50WY, which is warm yellow. And so this is what they look like. I'll swatch both of them. This is the WO. There is an extensive shade range, the Urban Decay Naked line. WO is on top, WY is on the bottom. So these are the two shades I have. I really didn't need the WO. I actually like these mixed. It gives a good shade. But that's what this concealer looks like. $28. It also comes with this brush on the top that I was surprised that it worked really well, but it's just very awkward in the hand for me. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I used this one. This one's dirty. This one's clean, so I kept this one clean. This is what it looks like. It's a semi-dense. It has a little bit of flexibility to it, but a buffing style, like a super short, chubby, like kabuki type of brush. And it did surprisingly well. I actually used it on camera for the first time. I used it on a video, or Get Ready With Me or something, and it blended out very, very well. I was very hesitant to use it because, like, I don't really use the tools that come with the product, but whatever. It blended out well. The bristles are great. If this brush was a brush, like if it came like a brush, I'd definitely use it to blend out the concealer. It looked beautiful. But holding this thick thing, it's just a little bit awkward. It's not something you're used to with the size and everything, but it does work. I have not attempted to wash it. This is the dirty one. This is the one I've used, and this is the clean one. You can see. Not attempted to wash it. So, okay. But get into the, how am I going to wash it? Anyway, get into the concealer. It is a doe foot applicator. It's a biggin. It's a doe foot applicator. How much concealer are you getting in here? Does it tell me offhand, or is it on the box? Nope, you get 16.4 mils, 0.55 fluid ounces. So you get over half the amount that you would get in like a standard foundation, which it's a lot of concealer. I am really enjoying this concealer. My concealer preferences are full coverage matte. I'm not into like glowing radiant concealers. My concealers usually come in two coverages, full coverage or maximum coverage. That is how I like my concealer. I try them all. I love to, but like what I prefer. I'm wearing this concealer today. I like it. It's full coverage. It is full coverage. It blends very nicely. I will say this one does not behave well. So like I've used like my thicker color correctors. I use the Makeup Revolution color correcting stick. The Benefit one. I'll be going around through my color correctors. Is it the Urban Decay one? Actually, even the Stay Naked color corrector. I've used a few with this concealer, playing around with it. It does not behave very well with something underneath of it that's not like paper thin. It wants to just, primer is fine, but like I do my color correctors and I'll set those color correctors with powder. This one doesn't behave that well doing all of that underneath of it. So I'll use a thinner color corrector, and sometimes I'll skip the powder. That's what I've been doing, and it's fine. But just something I noticed. On top of it, oh, you can bake with it. You can, yeah, that is not much more of an issue, but like I need to be careful with what I put underneath because it might not like it. But it is full coverage. Like I said, it blends well. You get a lot in here. I don't need to say much more about it. I don't think you need to bake this one because of the coverage on it. I don't think you need to bake it. I think baking for this one might make it not look as fresh. It can make it look a little bit dry. That's what I'll give it. But setting, I just still set it. I set it with a, instead of a sponge, I'll set it with my under eye, like bullet type of brush, and it's completely fine. Loose powder, pressed powder. I've set it with various types of powders. I have it on today. I wanted to go real bright. I have it on today, and I set it with my Fenty Pro Filter and Honey, just fine. It's completely fine. It will take on the powder really well. I've brightened, like I've used a super bright yellow powder with this, and the color wise, oh my gosh, my under eye was glowing honey. But just be careful with baking and be careful with what you put underneath. This is a solo. This kind of like wants to be the star. It wants to be the star. It'll work well if the product it's working with is not trying to outshine it. It'll work well. I am glad that it has great coverage because I need to use less color corrector underneath, you know, a thinner layer of color corrector underneath of it, so it does kind of make up for what I might have been lacking in corrector. It'll make up for it in coverage. And yeah, but with all of it, it's hard to say if a concealer for me wears well sometimes because I am using primer, color corrector, I'm setting it, I'm spraying it, so I don't see it breaking down. I don't see it, you know, it doesn't break down at the end of the day. It's still there at the end of the day. But is that because of this product by itself, or is that because I sandwiched it with my normal routine? I take it how you want. Use that information how you need to. Yeah, so that's kind of all I wanted to say. A quickie video on this Quickie concealer. I do recommend it. I do think it would be great for foundation type of application, like how I use the MAC. I use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer that way for a very long time with spot, and then do powder foundation over top. And yeah, I think I might invest in a skin tone shade for that because I am testing some powder foundation. So that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.